Today we are doing tutorial 4, and with Sharon. We're gonna both be navigators and drivers in the same video. And then we are working on creating a chatbot, how to create a working chatbot using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript all together. And then they gave us a preview of how our little chatbot is gonna look like when we are done with everything. And then they said you may have seen chatbots on multiple websites as they are new essential components for modern websites and apps. If you're unfamiliar with it, a chatbot is a computer program that serves as a visual assistant and is capable of understanding user query and providing relevant responses. So a chatbot is a system, it's a computer program that we create, and then you can ask different questions and it's gonna automatically answer you back. So I would say it basically has knowledge of almost everything. And then this is a video showing us how to go on with the codes from scratch, but we're not gonna open it because it's a long video. And then we have, instead of video, we can use the summarized steps on how to create a chatbot. And then we have to create a folder. We name this folder, we're gonna name this folder whatever we want. Inside those folders, we're gonna have in the HTML, we're gonna have CSS, we're gonna have the JS, and then we're gonna put those things on our console. And these are the codes. So for us to really see the codes um on what happened when we were coding this chatbot, I'm just gonna go on my VS Code and we're gonna just go through the JS first, and then we obviously have the query select on the chatbox toggler. We have the close button, query selector. We have the chat box where we texting. We have the text area, and then we have the API key here, which we're gonna explain later what is an API key, because we need this on every program that we use. We need to have API key. And then we have the message that we're gonna get after typing whatever that we're gonna type. And then this is a code for the response from the chatbot. And then these are the response. While we waiting for the response, it's gonna show us that it's thinking. So it's gonna say thinking while we wait. We did this kind of functions or codes when we were doing tutorial. I would like to believe tutorial 3, when we were dealing with the codes that
Premises.
the promises. So this is basically what's happening here. And then so everything is just repeating. It's functions for texting and getting a reply back. And here it's the button that we click after typing that whatever that we're typing, and we're gonna make it listen to our click. So we're just gonna run this code and see if indeed we have a working program. And then we're gonna type here. There we go. So Sharon will take over from here.
Okay, so here is our chatbot, which we have explained the code that supports it. And if we can just type in, and as you can see, the chatbot has already greeted us and asked us, "Hi there, how can I help you?" So we're going to ask the chatbot, what is an API key? So you can simply ask the chatbot questions that are concerning itself and things like JavaScript and on and on. So as you can see that the response is working. Now we're getting a thinking message. So, and here is our respond from the chatbot. So an API key is the abbreviation for it is application programming interface. So it is a unique string of characters used to authenticate a client's application or service when making requests to an API. It is a way for the API provider to identify and track the client and to control access to the API's resource. So we're just going to look at how API keys work. A client application sends an API request to the API provider. The request includes the API key as a header or query parameter. The API provider validates the API key against its database or authorizes clients So on and on and on. So that's how we're learning what an API key is. There are different definitions to it, but the simplest of all is that it's something that actually helps you to go around a program or an app. So every app, every computer has got its own API key. So right now we're just going to test our chatbot and ask it what is JavaScript and see what the response will be. As it's thinking, we'll just wait patiently. Okay. So here we got another long message. So JavaScript is a high-level interpreted programming language that conforms to the ECMA script specifications. It is designed primarily for the web and is commonly used to provide interactive functionality to web pages. So it honestly gives you the best definition that you can ever look for. And now we're just gonna try ask our API key a dumb question that has got nothing to do with with our program or JavaScript. So I can say to the API key, hi, where are you going? So we can just say where are you going? Yeah. And let's see if it's gonna respond something that is valuable for us to in our programming life. Exactly, as you can see, it has given us an error because these type of questions are not questions that a chatbot can provide you with. Yeah, so and also if we try to switch off our internet connection and we type in something, it's gonna give us an error message that it's not gonna work. But we're not gonna do that now because that's just a long process. But yeah, that is basically how a chatbot works, and you are more than welcome to always ask it any questions that are under the topic of programming and a certain program. Yeah.